Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. And today we find ourselves in the Sept of the Green on the Tellurian side at the Cup Den. Um, just say for environment's sake, and why the fuck not? It's raining. I have no clue if it's raining in New York actually at the moment, but it's raining in New York. And it's actually kind of pouring. It's one of those spring rain storms where there's just, can barely see anything. There's just rain. Um, and inside the den, there is Robin, little cub. Uh, well, the littlest cub, I'd say. But I mean, she's sitting in the den and looking out into the rain. Although, like, the veil of rain that kind of hangs in the entrance of the den is like almost blocking the outside world. Um, she has her usual note papers and a pen, but is kind of curled up in a in a blanket because it's cold and damp, and she's feeling a bit miserable. Maybe because of the weather. She's more a sunshine and blue skies girl, but I mean, it's not that she can't dig these rains or anything. It's just that it makes her want to huddle up inside with a blanket and a cup of hot chocolate, which she doesn't have right now. So it's just a huddling up in a blanket, even though the blanket itself is damp. It provides some warmth. And yeah, it's there that we basically begin the scene.
After a couple of minutes, Snowflake shows up, like basically runs into the captain with the hood of his hoodie up and plastic bag on top of it. He's protecting something in his hand. And in his hands, actually. And yeah, the moment he comes in the cup, then he puts two paper cups down, takes the bag off, shakes away the water from it, folds it somewhat neatly, and puts it in his back pocket. He takes his hood off, grabs the two paper cups, and goes in a corner and takes a seat, sipping from one of the cups.
Mm, Robin, so was not too far from the entrance of the den. Probably gets sprayed by like bits of water when he passes by her. She she looks like she's about to say something, but then thinks better of it and just kind of watches to see what he's doing.
Just plants his butt down and rests his back on one of the walls of the den and like stares blankly right in front of him and takes places one of the paper cups next to him. You can see it's something steaming, and from the other one, he just like goes like and blows a little on it, and then takes a small sip, looks at it, and just like nests it in his hands.
Probably hear like something growling, which is, as a matter of fact, Robin's stomach. As she looks at the cups and like the steam that comes off of it. But yeah, no, she's just gonna. There's definitely a tinge of like, I mean, jealousy might be too big of a word for it, but more like, yeah, it's a slight jealousy, I guess. I don't know the proper word for it.
Envy.
Envy, yeah. Thank you. And yeah, she just kind of like stares at the cup next to him.
He, for a moment, like looks like he snaps out of it. Puts his cup on his right and takes the other cup. Stands up, just like without saying a word. Comes near Robin, places the cup next to her, and goes back to his spot and grabs his own cup. Stares blankly in front, cups it in his hands, sips out of it again.
Robin looks at the cup next to her and
It's probably one of those really, really, really cheap styrofoam or paper cups,
mhm.
but I'm gonna say paper cups with something that, as far as you know, looks like tea inside.
she um she slowly reaches out. Her hands are actually kind of shaking a little bit for reasons. And she carefully picks up the cup and kind of like holds it very close to her, almost to, try to absorb the warmth from it. And yeah, she's kind of sniffing, get like the scent of it as she expects tea to just, into her system before she slowly takes a sip.
It's probably some lemon tea or something like that.
And she just kind of closes her eyes for a moment. Thank you.
She gets no response.
"Hmm, it's fine, Robin. Just, huh, sip on the tea. Like she's trying to, on one hand, she wants to savor it as long as she can, so to enjoy it. But she also knows that, if you wait too long, it's cooled off and then it's no longer really like great. So she's trying to find that perfect blend of like, time and heat where you can enjoy it the longest while still having like the hotness of the tea the way she kind of wants it. And yeah, like finally after she finishes it all, probably especially if there's no talk, it's going to be like within 10 minutes. She um she's going to kind of look at the cup, then look at his cup, um and it's kind of waiting for him to finish.
He's taking his time with that cup. Hmm. I have a feeling he's trying more to like warm up with it instead of like actually drinking.
Yeah, no, like I said, she's just trying to she's just waiting for him to be finished. like even if it takes half an hour.
Mm,
Probably gonna pick up like the papers a little bit and kind of read what she's written so far. Yeah.
probably takes him like another good 10-15 minutes to finish the cup. The moment he's finished, he just like smashes it into his in his palm and like shoves the mangled cardboard in his pocket, in his hoodie's pocket.
And
It's like,
she'll reach out her hand. Here, I was gonna throw mine away anyway. I can take yours.
"Oh, it's okay."
Okay. And yeah, she's going to get up slowly. Very slowly actually. Not if he's what is he watching her?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, she is. I mean, she's still gonna fucking roll it because she's not quite sure. Gonna roll her appearance subterfuge. She is just gonna get up. Um, yeah, like I said, rather slow. Looks at the curtain of rain that she has to go to reach like the nearest bin size, and then take or leaving the blankets in the den. She's gonna walk out. She's definitely walking, not running, and goes to the nearest bin, dumps her cup into that, and returns. Because as usual, or as someone might know, like women's clothing don't have that deep pockets, so she doesn't want to, litter the den with her cup. And yeah, just walks back in, now being soaking wet again, and as fast as she can, uh, lowers herself to the ground again and wraps herself back up in the blankets.
When she comes back, she notices that like Snowflake has his eyes closed and like his head dropped and his chest just like huddling up to trying to make himself comfortable. She could see him like it's pretty obvious he's not sleeping because he's like wiggling his nose, and, like sits for like a couple of seconds in one position, then just like moves to the other, opens his eyes, looks around, closes them again.
You know what? Fuck it. She'll peony that, and I realized that that dice pool made absolutely zero sense. So I'll roll with the appropriate dice pool at this point. And yeah. Mm, didn't notice anything. Um,
He's trying to make himself comfortable.
yeah, apparently so. She was basically trying to see if like he was cold or anything, but yeah, she is you know what? She's just gonna presume since he's in Homet that he might be cold. So she will slowly go over and just kind of place the blankets over his shoulders and return back to her own corner again. This time without blankets, which kind of sucks, but hey. And she's gonna, yeah, again pick up her notes, grab this time the pen, and slowly starts like writing. 'Cause, 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 'cause
The moment she sits down, she hears Snowflake getting up, taking the blanket off his shoulders, coming next to her, putting the blanket on her shoulders, then going back.
She's gonna sigh, kind of mumble something like "no good deed goes unpunished," and yeah, she's not gonna attempt to make any contact because obviously it's not appreciated.
Snowflake sits for a while, tries to warm up, and then he just sits up, takes off his clothes, maybe keeps his boxers on, something like that, and goes out in the pouring rain and sits cross-legged on the grass in front of the captain, just letting water pour on him. Maybe like works his hand through his hair a couple of times.
Yeah, Robin is writing.
Comes back in, goes to like the far corner of the den, shakes the excess water from him like a freaking dog, puts his clothes back on, like kind of makes himself into a little ball in a corner. Well, this works. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
No, I had no idea if it. I thought you were muted, so that's why I asked.
Oh no.
He just sits there and just says, "Well, this works."
I mean, if it's meant to her, she'll just look up and kind of looks confused. What?
Not talking.
I mean, I said thank you. You didn't even reply.
I was trying something, and it worked.
What do you mean?
Every time we talk, we get into an argument. And if we don't talk, we get along just fine. Therefore, the secret of the two of us getting along is not talking to each other.
Whatever rocks your boat.
Wasn't expecting you exactly to agree, but
No, I don't agree.
big surprise.
What do you want to hear from me then? You're completely right. Let's never talk again. That's bullshit.
Can't argue with the results, though.
The result is just us sitting opposite each other, getting mad at each other by staring at each other.
Kind of hard to stare at you with my eyes closed, but you're doing your thing, I'm doing mine, everyone's happy.
Might as well plug your ears while you're at it. Make sure you plug your nose too, because that way you won't smell my annoying silver fang blood.
I'm used to a lot of different smells.
Well, sorry, I can't scrub it off. I don't even want to argue. I never wanted to argue.
Then don't.
It's that holier than thou attitude that you have. There's nothing in this situation is your fault. It's all mine. But that's what you want. You can have it. What do you want me to tell the den father? So I'll fucking do it. I'm done with this. I'm done with having to run around in circles. So, do you want me to go to the den father and say, yes, it's all my fault. I completely misunderstood him, and I will defer to his every wishes because he's so wise and great? Or do you want me to just ask a transfer to another sept so you won't be bothered by me anymore? Just name it, because I'm done with this. This is so not worth it.
I think we both know that you already told the den founder what you wanted to say.
Well, then there's only one other option. I try and get myself killed.
And I've got to die each day. Don't need to make yourself a martyr to prove a point.
I'm not trying to prove any point. If there's anyone who's trying to prove something time and time again, even though no one understands what that point is, it's you.
And somehow the fact that most people don't get it is suddenly my fault.
I'm not saying that. I've tried to understand. I fail at it, so now I'm asking, what can I do?
We have our task from the den father, I think it's pretty clear.
I don't want to do this. So annoying.
It's not a question of want, it's a question of you. We have to.
Why? Why do we have to?
Because the den father said so?
Because there is an issue? I didn't go to the den father with this.
And excuse me for trying to help you.
You're trying to help me by going to the den father and be like, oh, she's doing a bad thing, go punish her?
Well, you
How is
wouldn't
that
listen.
helping?
Well, you wouldn't listen to me, so respect those of higher station.
Well, I do. But I'm not gonna snitch. I haven't asked Jacob to be like, hey, can you like get the snowflake out of my hair? I can solve my own problems.
Then solve them by all means.
Well, now obviously I can't anymore because look who grabbed Daddy for his support.
Doesn't exactly seem like he was favoring me by any means, but
Well, maybe that might tell you that if no one understands your point, there might not actually be a point.
I liked it better when we didn't talk.
Why? Because you can't win this argument?
Because I'm tired of trying to explain myself time and time again.
Or maybe try it a different way, like I suggested a million times already?
I tried talking to you. How I was taught to, not being straightforward. And it didn't work. I tried talking to you and being straightforward, which kind of defeats my purpose if you ask me. And it didn't work. I tried mocking you, and you only get mad and fly off the handle without learning anything from it. And therefore, it didn't work. What am I supposed to do? Steal your papers and your pens so you
Why?
can sit in a corner scribbling and actually.
Why is it such a. Why are you so against me writing down a story?
Because you're wasting time we don't have.
I am not. And even the dead father disagreed with you on this.
Of course,
What, of course?
of course,
Oh, of course he
every,
would disagree with you because you're a Metis and I'm a Silver Fang and I am an elitist who always gets what she wants. Right?
your words, not mine.
No, exactly your words. Like, what were you going to say then? Prove me wrong.
No, because every time I try to do it, you turn this against me.
I am turning. Uh, You really don't realize, right? You were almost insulting someone of higher rank by your trying to prove that I'm doing something majorly wrong. I'm not getting any favors by my cousin, and implying so is seriously, it can definitely be seen as something offensive to him.
Hmm?
Now, I'm not going to run up to him and tell him that.
Oh, I appreciate your endless mercy.
Sorry, what?
I said, I appreciate your endless mercy. What's the worst that he can do to me? Kill me?
Okay, so on the one hand, you keep hammering me about having to respect our elders. You literally just said that 10 minutes ago. And when I point out to you that maybe you should listen to your own words, it's like, what's the worst he can do to me? You don't even make sense when you listen to yourself. These are not even, none of these words that I just pointed out were mine. You keep saying black in one sentence and then white in another. You're contradicting yourself constantly.
That's how you see it.
Okay, explain to me then how you were showing respect to Jacob, where you keep wanting to ask permission of every elder for every step we make. You seem to be all about all this respect to your elders, which, fair, it's part of the litany. But then when you disrespect someone, all of a sudden that's all right? How are you going to explain this away?
Not disrespecting anyone. I'm just saying that if you want to twist my words when you're speaking to your cousin, that you could have him punish me and I can't
No,
do anything against it.
I
Therefore, have your
don't.
fun, problem solved.
That's not. Wow. I am not. Why would I?
Just to get the snowflake out of your hair, like you put it.
If I want to get the snowflake out of my hair, I can take care of that myself. I'm trying to understand you. Again, I am not the one running up to our elders to solve our problems. And that has nothing to do with me being merciful because that's just basically, again, you trying to insult me to make me even more mad again. I'm not trying to be merciful or anything. I just think that we should and could solve our own problems. But that means both of us need to make an effort.
Well, I'm willing to bet on the fact that I made more efforts than you did to solve this whole thing, but
Of course.
because I said, and I think, and I think, and I think of different ways to make a point.
Maybe you should just let go of the point.
Yeah, like, let go of any point, then what would my purpose be? I'm a waste of space. Yeah.
Why are you going from 0 to 100? There's no middle ground with you, is there? Look, okay? You had a point. No one understood your point. Either, yeah, you go talk to this other ragabash to see if you can make your point, or if she also doesn't understand your point, maybe just the point isn't valid. That doesn't mean there aren't 1,000 other points that might be very valid. But you just can't take no for an answer from anyone. Doesn't matter if it's me, doesn't matter if it's Garm, doesn't matter if it's the den father. I bet you wouldn't even take no from Mother Larissa herself. Because then you shoot in complete other opposites. Like, it's almost borderline behavior.
That's why I
And
said I'm willing to drop the whole thing.
no, you said you were willing to drop anything. What's the point? I am pointless. I'm a waste of space. That was the train of thought that you made from me suggesting maybe this one point wasn't valid, or maybe you just can't find a way to explain it well enough, just let it go, to you're a complete waste of space, which is something I have never said, will never say, because I don't think you are. And you've made good points, but just this thing that you're trying to do, I don't even know what it is anymore, because you're bringing all these things in. You're bringing in that Jacob is favoring me. You're bringing in that I'm not writing fast enough or doing my duty well enough, that I am not a Galliard good enough because you keep defeating me. There is a million points that you're trying to make, and I don't even know what it is that you're trying to say. But basically, you keep saying that I am a waste of space. And when more than one person is like, hey, maybe, you're not totally right on this, all of a sudden, you're a waste of space. And we take this one step further, and I'm the one telling you probably that you're a waste of space, which I've never done. I'm just, in all honesty, trying to understand what it is that you have against me. Because this does not feel like it is a part of your duty or a part of something I'm doing wrong. It just seems that you hate me for some reason and try to do whatever it takes to point out what I'm not doing right, even if I don't really do anything wrong in the first place. So why do you hate me, Snowflake? Just because I'm a Hobbit? Because I'm a Silverfang? What?
Okay. If you say I hate you,
Oh
fair enough.
God,
Then
stop it
I'll
all
hate.
again.
From now on, I'll start to hate you.
Can you just please stop? You're accusing me of being a martyr? Have you even listened to yourself? I am just simply trying to understand you. And I don't know what kind of hoops you want me to jump through, but at some point I'm just not going to do it anymore.
To be able to not do a thing anymore, you're supposed to at least try and do it in the first place.
Trying to do what? What is it that I'm not trying to do?
Tired of repeating myself. You know very well where I stand and what my issues are.
No, I don't. I literally don't know it anymore because you keep jumping from one thing to another.
And
What
because
am
there
I
are
not doing?
multiple things.
Fine. Point number one. Bring it on.
Point number one. Have
One
you
point.
told the Sept about Iago yet?
Yes.
I haven't heard your howl. I haven't heard your story.
So?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll take your
I
word.
have told them. I've given them the information. I haven't written an epos yet. No. But I've told them the information, as I have pointed out in our conversation with the den father.
Okay, fair enough. Okay,
Second point.
okay.
Second point.
Second point. Have you learned how to fight yet?
How long did it take you to learn how to fight?
This is not how it goes. I asked you a simple yes or no question.
There is no simple yes or no answer to that question. Have I learned how to fight yet? Yes, I've learned how to fight. Am I a black belt martial artist? No. Why? Because those things take time.
I have
I
no
mean,
idea what that's supposed to be, but if I'm pretty much guessing you can find yourself a black belt somewhere.
okay. Have I learned how to fight? Yes. I know the basics of fighting with weapons, fighting without weapons, fighting with claws, fighting with
Okay,
teeth.
okay.
I have learned how to shoot a gun, and I've learned how to fire a bow. Although that part I am not very well versed in yet. Working on it. Am I as good as like the elders of the sept? I don't think so. Am I as good as you? Probably not. Why not? Because it's been a little over 2 months. You fought probably most of your life, or at least was trained in it. So there's a slight difference there in time to master something.
Yeah, fair enough. Next time we're in a fight, just be kind enough to announce to your enemies that you did not have time to train and they should go easy on you.
Yes. Next time we attack a worm creature, I'll make sure to step aside and to let the more experienced fighter take the lead. But I'll make sure to give you credits for snapping the head off of that worm creature. Well done. Next point.
Did you bother to even try and spend some time with the least fortunate members of the sept?
As I've pointed out to the Nenfather, I have tried to make time to speak with all kinfolk of all different tribes to try and understand their tribes better.
That was not my question.
The answer is yes, I'm working on it. Again, I've had 2 months. You can't expect me to understand a lifetime worth of knowledge in 2 months.
Okay.
Next point.
Have you managed to realize that you are indeed claiming some benefits due to the fact that a close relationship of yours has some rank in the sept and decided to help you with some comforts, for lack of a better term, and that by all intents and for all intents and purposes, you should not have access to them because you're a cub and because they're luxuries.
I think
And
that's bullshit.
okay, fair
So
enough. Okay,
you can
those
have that point.
okay, those were all my points.
Good.
Congratulations, you managed to answer all my questions.
Yes. So at least the first four were they? Can you just, back off of them? As for the fifth, privileges, I shower once a week. I don't consider that a privilege. I mean, I'm happy for the shower. It's just a shower. I get coffee from time to time. I also sometimes get coffee from Bonar kinfolk. I take whatever caffeine I can get my hands on. And don't worry, I thank them for what they give me. That's about all I can do
How?
because I say thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine.
So I don't consider your last point valid. If you think it is, then feel free to find a way to show to me that I'm wrong. I'm more than willing to open up and to listen and to try and understand your point, but I don't see it.
No,
The other points, I'm working on most of them. I'm not perfect, nor do I claim to be.
fine.
And if you want to fight or to prove that you're a better fighter than I am, I'm pretty sure you are. I don't mind training with you. I don't mind you beating me. It's if I only get better out of it, I hope. And hopefully in a way so do you.
There are better fighters out there you can train with.
Sure, there are also less fighters. But you are most likely a better fighter than I am. So unless you want to deny me the expertise and experience that you have gotten over the years, which I can understand because you hate me, so that's cool.
Flattery isn't going to get you anything.
I am not trying to flatter you. You are more experienced than I am. That's simply a fact. There's no flattery involved
Would you
in that.
choose to recognize only when it serves your purpose to make a point?
No, no, no. I'm just not going to agree to everything because I don't think you have experience on every matter.
Hmm, fair enough. I'm sure you had.
You're not my superior. We're both cubs. You're not my superior. I don't submit to you. I can argue with you, but I can also acknowledge in which places you are better than I am. You are better at sneaking. You're better at fighting. You probably do understand the nation better. You taught me how to deal with rage, to go and swim. These are all points that I freely admit. I don't know how many more compliments you want me to give you each day to show you that there are certainly parts of you that I do appreciate. There are also parts of you that I completely fail to understand. Now, if I'm wrong in that, that will prove itself. And I will bear the burden of that, or the shame, or whatever, once I figure out that you're right and I'm wrong. But don't take that as me degrading you in any kind of way. I just don't agree with you. Just because I don't agree with you on several fronts does not mean that I cannot appreciate you on others.
Whatever.
There you go again. For you, it is the case, isn't it? And I'm genuinely asking this, hoping that I'm wrong. But it sounds to me that you're just seeing me as hopelessly inferior in each and every way. I'm right, right? And please don't tell me, oh, if you think so, just share your opinion for once.
No,
Why not?
because I don't have to, and because I don't want to.
Why not? I'm giving you every opportunity to show you my opinions of things, to try and understand, to have you understand me, and hopefully me understand you. And when I'm trying to get to where I can try and understand you, you're just blocking me out. How can you fucking like I'm the one trying to fucking solve this situation. And all you're doing is like, no, whatever you say, this or that. It doesn't help. And it's so annoying.
Hey, you refused my help when I tried to help, therefore I'm not gonna help you anymore. You can solve it all by yourself because apparently
Oh,
you have everything sorted.
shut up. I've just explained to you where the things are that I know I need help in. And just because there's one thing that I disagree with you, one thing, you fucking, I'm.
Might want to go have a swim before you
Very
start
well.
clawing my face off.
Okay, I was trying to calm myself down. Why don't you just shut up and give me the time to do so? I'm going to try and find another sept. You won. And yeah, she's going to stand up and, just kind of kick the blanket in a corner, which, yeah. I mean, pretty sure Snowflake's not looking at her, right?
Nope. He's
Good.
got his eyes closed. He had his eyes closed for this whole conversation.
And yeah, there's a small kick and a grunt as the blanket kind of poofs against the wall of the den. And
As he hears this noise, he opens his eyes and like rubs his eyes. You think that's the solution?
she still has 2 successes on her appearance subterfuge.
Actually, I'm gonna peony that, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
That's a botch.
Yep. Wow. Great. Her body language is very aggressive. She looks like she's about to maybe punch you. Definitely looks ready for a fight.
He stands up, comes next to you, like an inch away.
Yeah,
Says,
she's backing away from him as he comes closer.
says, "Come on, go ahead, punch me, slap me, do whatever you want to do. That makes you feel better."
What? No. Why would you even say such a thing? Maybe you didn't really get it, but I'm trying to get away from you.
You think running away is gonna help you?
Yes.
Small piece of advice. I know you're not gonna take it, but let me just get it off my chest.
Bring
R-
it.
running away never helps.
Well, you're the one doing most of the running. Not opening up at all. Or I'm trying. It's not
I
me who's running.
tried.
Yeah, maybe you should keep doing that. I've tried as well. I've not given up. You're the one getting all defensive. Not me.
You're the one who wants to go to a new sept.
Yes, because I can't handle your attitude. It's not about what you do wrong, what you do right. It's the way you go about it. I don't want to be near you anymore. You can, like, if you're trying to do this again, where you're like trying to get me to challenge you, I'm not gonna. If you want to fight, sure, let's have a fight. I don't mind. But I'm not gonna challenge you because that's just not gonna work either. I don't mind fighting. I don't mind getting beaten. I don't mind training again and again and again. I'm not gonna challenge. I don't see any point in it. So you're telling me to punch you? Why don't you go ahead and do that to me if you really feel like that's gonna be a solution? I didn't think
I've
so.
seen it for my own eyes, and I've tried it twice, and it
No,
doesn't work with you.
you
Therefore,
tried it.
last time I checked, I beat you twice.
Oh yeah, you did beat me twice. But only one time you outright tried to challenge me. The other time you tried to get me to challenge you, which worked, because I didn't really see the point of like not doing it if you really wanted it. But can you just please get out of my face now? Because I'm going out and I you're very close and that makes me very uncomfortable right now. And, Robin is going to walk out of the den.
You hear a very loud sigh from behind you, going like, and Snowflake runs after her and says, "In now, please."
That's not how you ask something. In now is a command. I don't follow your commands.
Sitting in the rain is not going to make you feel any better.
Who says anything about sitting in the rain? I'm gonna try and find the den father.
Fine, I'm willing to give this one more try and make a point and help you see what I'm trying to say. So, would you be so kind as to join me in the den, please?
Fine. If that's what you want, fine.
Well, you said I should make an effort. I'm actually
Yeah,
trying to make an effort.
but you've already kind of pushed me over the edge in trying to get you to even realize that maybe making an effort might be worth something. Like at some point, you're just running out of chances. But, she'll follow him into the den again.
And yeah, she's gonna wait for her to sit down.
You're making me move all that much.
Was that an of character?
Oh, that was out of character.
Hmm.
Pretty sure he's not looking at her?
No, he's looking at her like waiting for her to like make herself comfortable.
Okay, well, I botched that roll, so the moment she is going to sit down, there is like a grunt, and she's kind of grabbing her ribs, and yep, looks to be in pretty much in pain.
His eyes wide, and then he like drops to the ground, kind of sitting kind of sort of cross-legged, but not really. You're hurt.
I'm fine.
Look at me dead in the eye and tell me you're not hurt.
Mm, Normal manipulation subterfuge then. One success. She looks up, kind of grunts. I'm fine.
I'm gonna peony that if you don't mind.
Kind of hoping you're gonna fail, but
You just had to say that, didn't you?
I did not see that coming. I was like, one success, you can fucking beat that. But hey, I mean, she sounds convincing enough. Maybe she was just acting getting hurt. I don't know. It's up to you. Or maybe she's acting this. Like, I mean, it's pretty contrary things that you see.
Just like grabs his temples. Fine. Okay, how do you want to do this? How do you feel? It would be easier to explain myself to you.
Look, like I just said, try to find a middle ground. Compliments, I've given you plenty of them. But I only have to say one negative for you to go all the spiral down.
Word of advice, never use that metaphor again.
What? Oh, right. Sorry.
Do you want an explanation for it, or you pretty much figured it out?
I don't know, okay? Because you're just not letting me come near you. Now, I suppose that means you've been hurt in the past, but I can't say that for fact because you've given me no confirmation to any of this.
I meant the spiral thing, but okay.
Yeah, no, that part I get. I'm sorry, new. Still new. 2 months it doesn't mean veteran.
You can ask.
I get the spiral thing, okay? I just messed up.
Okay. It's just advising you to be careful. Some people might actually.
Yes, and I said sorry.
Don't want apologies from you. I want you to be careful in the future.
Well, logically, when I understand my mistake, I'll be more careful in the future.
Okay. So, what do you want to know?
I don't want to know anything that you're not willing to share. I just would prefer it if I'm saying one thing, you don't completely over exaggerate that into something that I didn't say. Other than that, whatever you want to share is fine with me. I've learned how to keep my mouth shut. It's like professional expertise.
Do you want to go through the points again
What point?
that I was trying to make?
Why again? We already did those, or are there more?
Was I being that subtle in answering to you ironically earlier?
Okay, whatever you're trying to say, I'm tired. Just say it.
Okay, you want the gist of it?
Bring it on.
I am trying, strongly suggesting, some might say, that you try and do some things in another way.
Why?
Maybe they work for you. If they work, maybe I'm right when trying to tell you something. And I don't hate you, I'm just trying to help you better yourself, because that's my job. If they don't work for you, I am wrong, you've proven me wrong, I can accept that.
But all the points you just said, I am already doing. What more do you want from me?
Instead of writing your stories down, why don't you just speak from the heart?
because I don't want to make a mistake. If I make a mistake and spread false information, the sept is worse for it. If I think about it, spread the information right, the sept is better for it. I'm given the essentials, I just haven't given the right story yet, okay? I haven't made a blooming story about it.
You know, a story doesn't have to be something that's an hour long. A story can take 2 minutes. The story can be howled. Not all stories need to be long.
And I can assure you that I will howl once I know exactly what I'm howling.
You could have come to the sept the moment we were back, shifted sideways, stepped sideways, sorry, stepped sideways, and howled to the sept. There are some humans from this company called Yago that are trying to kidnap us and do bad things to us, and they are agents of the worm. I'm sure you could
That's.
have chosen better words to say it.
I have given the information. Like, everything is where it needs to be. Warner knows. Jacob knows, who is the highest ranking Garou at this point. I've given it to other people. I've told people about this. Like, I'm one step beyond that already. We're already making plans to try and track things down.
Just trying to understand why you didn't do it in the first place.
Because the way you say it, that's not giving information. There are people who do bad things to us. Well, um, you know what my answer would be? Who isn't?
There, there are these people from this company.
Look, this is my first story, okay? Let me do it my way. It's new to me. Let me first try and get the hang of it my way before I also try to change my entire ways around. You want me to shift from 1 to 0 in 5 seconds. I cannot be an Athro in 3 months. Hell, I can't even be a Cleath in 3 months. It's not even been 3 months.
And apparently, from what the then father said, you have earned your right to challenge for a rite of passing.
That doesn't mean
Passage.
that I can.
What's stopping you?
The fact that I'm hopelessly inadequate, that I need to be a better fighter, that right now, in any form of situation, I would be a liability.
You're not that great when it comes to one-on-one combat. You're a pretty good backfighter.
I'm not feeling comfortable right now to challenge, so I'm choosing not to train myself to get better. Okay,
It's your choice.
I've considered challenging. Of course, I'm considering it like basically every free moment that I have. I want to do this right, and I only have one chance of doing it right.
No,
Yes,
no. You have a lot of chances.
sure, of course. I have 13 chances to be precise for each tribe. I don't want to take for 13 chances. I can't challenge the same tribe over and over again. Once I fail, I can't go back. So I want to make damn sure that I'm prepared.
If you fail, not when.
Yeah, if I fail. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. And I know that there are a lot of things that I can't prepare for. But right now, I am not up to challenging anyone.
You know, always trying to make things perfect is not the best way, at least in my opinion.
Well,
Sometimes living things being well enough is enough.
do
No
you
one
agree?
demands perfection from us. We'll never be perfect, neither of us. Not the Cubs, not the Cleats, not the Elders.
Oh, I know.
We just need to do the best thing we can when we have to do it.
Exactly. And I don't have to challenge. There's no gun on my head saying if you don't challenge now. It's not just about the spirit saying that you're ready. You have to feel ready, and I don't feel ready yet.
It's your choice.
Yes, it is.
But like I said, trying to be perfect is wasting time
Yes.
sometimes.
You said that 3 times now. I got the point.
Okay, if you say so. Still have the feeling that I'm not reaching out to you.
Well, I guess that's one thing we can agree to, because I don't feel that you understand what I'm trying to say either. Look, you go have your rite of passage and be an amazing ragabash for an amazing pack or something. You won't have to deal with me anymore.
Why are you so certain that I don't want to deal with you?
Well, if you've made one thing perfectly obvious, it's that you kind of like still really strongly dislike me.
Okay, that I completely disagree on. And I'll tell you why. I don't know how humans do it. I don't know how the other auspices do it. I don't know even how the other ragabashes do it. But as far as I'm concerned, if I would hate someone, if I would strongly dislike someone, because hate might be a bit of a strong word, I'm not gonna pester them to change, to try and do things in a different way. Maybe it suits them, maybe it doesn't. No, I would let them do the things they do the way they want to and not question their ways and not try to share the little wisdom that I have and let them live out inside their boxes, banging their heads against the same wall and not saying That wall has a door. That's how I manifest my strong dislike towards somebody.
Well, in that case, I appreciate your efforts, but I would kindly suggest that if I say that I am more than willing to take a beating if I don't get something right, but I think that I'm doing the right thing, maybe like me a little less then. You've given me good advice, yes? And I've told you this many times over. But there, you've also given me advice on other occasions I just can't do anything with. And maybe I can do something with that same advice in 2 months when I've doubled my time here in the nation. Maybe then I'll understand your points. But right now, I don't. So, just asking you all these things that you feel I'm doing wrong. Just please let me do them wrong for now. I'll learn from my mistakes. And I don't need to be guarded from making mistakes. And perhaps I don't make these mistakes. In that case, I was right and you were wrong. I'm just so tired of this fighting.
Fine. And he sits up. Then I apologize for trying to help you. And I apologize for caring. And he shoots out of the cabin. Like doesn't like go for a like sprint out of it. Just like walks out.
Just wait. This is what I mean, please. I'm not saying don't give advice. I'm just saying that when I ask you to drop something, you might consider dropping it. Okay?
Why? Just for the sake of not having an argument.
Not if that argument doesn't lead anywhere.
An argument usually leads somewhere.
Yes, and maybe you haven't noticed, but our argument has not led anywhere. Besides frustration at your side, at my side, at the then father's side, it has not led us anywhere.
Because you don't want to try what I'm advising you to try.
Because I'm still learning to do things. Okay.
Honest to God, I swear that sometimes you give me the impression that you think I'm trying to give you advice just to make you look bad if you follow it, which is the
Well,
complete opposite of what I'm trying to do.
sometimes it definitely feels like that, yes.
Why?
Because of the way you do it. All the insults that come with it, all the snappy remarks, the sarcastic looks, the things, the way you say it.
This is who I am. This is who I
Well,
was born to be. I can't
I'm not
wash
asking
off
you,
my auspice.
and I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you that if we have been arguing over and over again and we're not getting somewhere, that maybe you should just decide at that point to let me bash my head against the wall. That's all. And I'm not saying stop giving me advice, because ultimately you know more of the nation than I do. I'm just saying that if it just goes on and on in circles and we keep misunderstanding each other, that perhaps both of us gain more at letting it rest than to keep trying to bash our heads into each other.
We end up clashing. It's because we're both stubborn. That goes beyond tribe or auspice.
Perhaps so.
I don't want to let you do things your way, and you don't want to try and do them a different way.
I'm more than willing to try that, but I haven't even tried them in my own way yet. You're asking me to change the way I storytell when I'm still trying to figure out how I even prefer to storytell.
Not
See
saying
where that goes
change,
wrong?
Robin. I'm not trying to tell you to change the way you tell your stories. Just saying, try and do something else. Try and howl it, especially if it's a small piece of information. Try, just try.
But it's
What's
not.
wrong? You think people are going to mock you?
It's not a small piece of information.
We were there. We got captured. We killed them.
Wait,
We
you
found
want
out
me
who
to
they
howl
are.
that?
You could try. Well, it's a
You
bit late right
criticized
now.
me for telling me that, for even telling other people that that happened. I told that story, and you told me that I was doing a bad thing for not asking the then father for permission first. And now you're telling me that I should have howled it the moment we got
Yeah.
back.
No, the moment we got back, you should have
What?
asked the then father, then howl it, okay?
Oh, come on. Well, the then father himself, during that conversation, said that I did not need permission to do my auspice.
Fair enough. Then you should have howled it, regardless whether you would have asked permission or not before.
I have shared the story with the sept.
A bit or a lot, depending on who you ask, later than you could have. That's the problem.
There's no problem in that. At least not the way I see it.
If there's something that any of us finds out that might threaten the sept or the kin, we need to let the others know as fast as we can.
I have done so.
Okay? I'm gonna drop this point.
Thank you.
I still feel you could have done it faster. But
You're not
there's
dropping it. That's not dropping a point.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to make an effort and do things your way, okay? Stop seeing me as your enemy for 5 minutes and see how that goes.
Likewise.
about the other issues, no one can do anything about it. You can't wash off your pure breed. You can't wash off the fact that you're Jacob Raya's cousin. You can't wash off the fact that you're going to be a silver fang. These are facts. They stand as they are. Try living differently for a while. I know it might be a big change from your normal life to living on the sept. But what's wrong with not showering for a while? What's wrong with
I shower rarely, once a week.
it's pretty often if you ask probably most of the bonars.
Perhaps so, but it's very little if you ask any other, and I'm gonna say this word, human. And I know that that's not what I am anymore, but it is what I was grown up to be.
Fair enough. But you're not even giving it a chance.
A chance to not shower for weeks? No, no, I don't want to give that a chance. You're absolutely right in that. I don't want to give that a chance. I'm sleeping in a hole in the ground. I am wearing the same clothes days on end, despite all the dirt and mud. Once a week, I just want to feel clean.
No matter how dirty you get, nothing washes off what you are. And the smell of stench doesn't cover up the fact that you're a silver fang.
I'm not
Or
trying
you're
to.
gonna be one.
I'm not
People are
trying.
still gonna know what you are.
Yes, so
So
if
it
they
wouldn't
know,
hurt you to try.
they could see it as a mockery.
You're a cub. Why would they see if you should try and come with me when I spend time with them. We're cubs. They have no reason to be defensive. We're not a threat. If we were Kreyas, maybe. Maybe. We're cubs. You want to
Yes,
learn about the nation? You want to learn about them? Learning about them.
I
Okay,
mean,
you're Hamid born. Try spending more time with their kin before you try and spend time with the Bonars themselves.
I am spending time with all the kin on this sept, but
They're
I'm
not gonna
not.
be themselves around you if you look like this and act like this and
Look, I'm
smell
not
like
gonna
this.
change who I am.
It's
That has
not
nothing to do even with me being a silver fang. That has to do with me being me. Okay? I am myself and I like to shower. And I'm not doing it because it's difficult here on Sept. I'm trying to keep myself as clean as possible while I'm here. I think that it's more honest if I come at them the way I am and try to understand them and learn from them instead of me trying to be like them because that's just a mockery. Because I will never be a bonar, nor will I be a glasswalker, nor will I be a red talon. I mean, you don't see me in Lupus trying to chase hobbits around because I hate them, or simply so that I can try to be around red talons. No,
the talents are their own thing.
but it's the same in essence. I can try and copy what they are, but it would always be a mockery because I am not them. I can better try and understand them the way that I am and be genuine about what I am so that they can be genuine about what they are without any pretense. I can say from this position that I do not understand their life, and I think that is way more fairer to them than that I'm trying to desperately Im- like look like them and act like them.
I still think they would be more inclined to open up.
I don't, because they'll just see me and think that I'm faking, trying to get something done, trying to get into their good side. And that's just
Try the best way of
nothing up to them.
understanding. The best way of understanding them is to try and live like them for a while. Not saying
I
you don't have to shower ever.
and I'm like, why is the shower such a big point to you? It has nothing to like. Bonar can also shower.
Some,
Exactly.
sometimes.
So why would they be any less than other Bonars that don't shower?
Okay, let's drop
Do
the
they
short point.
shower? No, but seriously, do they don't shower by choice or because they don't have that choice?
Most don't have a choice.
Exactly. You don't see it, right?
No, I see what you're trying to say. I'm just saying that getting used to some some lacks would help you understand them better, would help you understand yourself better. Okay?
And I've understood that I would like to shower at least once a week, preferably more often.
Take a dip in the lake like I do.
That's not clean water, nor is it hot.
It's cleaner than anything going through any pipe. And I'm pretty sure the theurges make sure of that. Though we might be thinking of different types of clean.
Perhaps so.
I severely doubt that any water that goes through the pipes in New York isn't in some way touched by the Weaver. At least, if not worse.
I don't know.
As far as fighting going goes, like I told you, you're a good pack fighter. Yeah, you need to learn. You need to train a bit. That takes time. I can I can understand that much. I'm not that stupid. As far as speaking up,
You didn't mention that in your previous points.
excuse me for not having a list of all the pieces of advice I want to give to you. I'll promise I'll make one
Great.
if it helps you.
Actually, it probably would.
See, that's the big difference between the two of us. You
when I
think
like
of
it.
no, you think of things more than you feel them. I feel things more than I think about them.
Well, I don't consider that to be a bad thing.
In trying to understand each other, apparently it is.
Mm,
I swear, I think sometimes that we're speaking different languages.
Also, something I can agree on.
Let's not tell the others we agreed on something. The shock might be too much for them.
Not quite sure how much anyone has really noticed. We're only cubs.
That was a joke. I was expecting at least a smile, if not maybe a little chuckle.
She kind of grimaces.
Nah, I'll take whatever you give.
One success on our subterfuge again.
Legitimately scared to roll peony.
Just fail. Nah.
4 successes! Woo!
Okay. Well, I mean, um, yeah, she is hurting, which usually means that, smiling is not really something that you really feel like it. So she's honestly trying to make an effort, but it just comes off as incredibly fake because, yeah,
Okay, now that we left our shields down and we can actually talk, what's wrong with you? I can see you're hurting. And
it's nothing.
Robin, I'm trying to help. I'm not judging you.
I know, but it's seriously nothing. I trained.
Then how? How badly that you're still hurting?
Jacob taught me to fight with a clave, in which he has a lot more experience than I have.
You know, a clave is usually silver, right?
It was a wooden one.
Okay. You see, actually, I'm gonna roll my own manipulation subterfuge. Fuck it. Because he's trying to hide something. Manipulation, subterfuge, and
Seeing
adding
as
some
obviously I only
purebred
have
to this.
one die to roll at this, I would hope that you're failing. No, I can't
One,
even
two,
beat that.
three, four.
I can't beat that right now because my dice penalty is basically -5, and I only
Fair
have
enough.
5 dice.
Yeah, you see him like stop and be like, okay, do you want anything else? I think I can speak with the kin and manage to do something for an extra cup of tea.
Tea would be nice, but you don't need to. It's fine. I just need to sleep, I guess.
fuck this. It's too much of an effort to bite my tongue. Why, in Gaia's good name, don't you shift to heal? That's another thing that I haven't managed to understand. Why are you so scared of shifting? Why are you so reluctant to shift? It's a natural thing for us. It can help us heal.
I don't feel mad enough.
Puts on a sly grin. I can help with that if you want.
Uh, no, please.
If there's one thing I've perfected in all our talks is making you mad.
I really just, don't want to.
You don't want to heal faster or you don't want to get mad?
I don't want to get mad.
Don't know why, but somehow feels harder to shift lately.
Jacob mentioned the same thing.
Don't know why. It's weird. It never happened to me before. I thought it was just something that happened to me, but apparently,
No, Jacob, like I said, he mentioned the same thing. He actually thought it had to do with the Weaver. But I'm thinking it might also, it could definitely be the Weaver. I'm not denying that. But I was also thinking about Yago and how they were trying to find a cure. And I was wondering if that might have something to do with this.
do you think they did something to us while we were knocked out?
No, because Jacob also said that and he was never there. No, I was more thinking about what if they did something. I mean, I highly doubt that they would be able to do something airborne, but if they are like worm infested is a like a worm infested corporation, maybe they have dealings with like I don't know, a theurge or something. Maybe they have done something with the spirits. I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works, but it feels too much of a coincidence that there is like a group that wants to a group that wants to ban shifters or cure shifters, which is the better way of saying it. And then
We're
actually
not sick, Robin.
no, I know, but they're calling it a cure. So I just taken a I think I might have to ask around a little bit, see if this is like a sub-wide problem or if it's just certain individuals. See what's the link. Maybe you can ask around as well.
Did you manage to ask anyone else except Jacob Raya?
No, he kind of dragged me to here and I've been here ever since. After training, that is.
And so that's why you don't want to shift.
What?
So that's why you don't want to shift.
I don't understand what you're trying to say here.
No, I was just thinking that you don't want to shift to heal because you might think that there's something wrong in shifting because it's harder.
I haven't tried shifting yet. For the reason that I just gave you. I'm not mad enough.
Like I said, I can help you get madder if it makes you feel better.
No.
As much as you irritate me sometimes, I'm not keen on seeing you in pain. Unless it's caused by me, but let's not split hairs.
I'll be fine tomorrow again.
Fair enough. Snowflake shoots out of the cup then and comes back a while later, probably soaked, with another paper cup of tea.
Mm, let me just make a stamina roll for Robin there. Wait, it doesn't take. Oh, wow. Need to roll another one because it doesn't take away, but it's a fail anyway. So, yeah. When he comes back, Robin is kind of like, on the ground, curled up, and she seems to be fast asleep.
He like kneels down next to her and like makes she basically tucks her in, makes sure she's well wrapped up in that blanket, and like puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "Robin, brought you warm tea if you want."
Mm-hmm. Tea? Okay. She just kind of, half asleep, kind of opens her eyes slightly.
Mm, yeah, Snowflake like helps her with the little cup.
And there's like, once she's finished the tea, she's kind of like, there's a genuine smile as she closes her eyes and, yeah, just kind of sleeps on again.
Yeah, and Snowflake's gonna position himself like after making sure Robin's somewhat comfortable, presumably asking her if she wants like an extra blanket or something like that, making sure she's comfy.
She's probably gonna kind of huddle up to him because, despite the fact that he's wet, he's still like a heat source. So,
Yeah, he's gonna like somewhat like actually no. From one of the holes next to his sleeping corner, he's gonna pull out a bag, and from that bag, he's gonna pull up a T-shirt that's probably still folded, and like basically place the bag under Robin's head and the T-shirt in between, so she doesn't sleep with her head on the fucking bag because it's plastic or paper and it's not that comfortable. And like fashions a little pillow out of that T-shirt, and after making sure she's reasonably comfortable, yeah, he's gonna sit with his back to the entrance of the cup then, basically making sure that all the splashes that go in don't hit Robin but hit his back. And in a very, very weird position, probably like falls asleep with like sitting with his back. like looking at Robin, making sure she's okay.
And I think that's where we can end the scene.
Yep.
Thank you, players playing. Thank you, watchers watching. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness.